So last year's failure is this year's success. Good morning, everyone. Let's go ahead and let these ducks out. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How are y'all? Come on. Good stuff. Y'all are a hoot. So what you see here behind me is our failure from last fall, where I planted radishes, turnips, winter rye, and field peas. It was a failure. Our Mangalitsa's will not touch any of it except for some of the foliage. So now it's springtime. We left the turnips and radishes in the ground, and as you can see, they have bloomed again. What I'm gonna do is I am going to harvest well, not all of it, but some of the ryegrass, some of the foliage of the radishes and turnips to see if they will eat that. Now I have pulled some here recently, tossed them in the paddock, and the pigs are so picky. They will not touch the radishes or turnips. We're gonna harvest some ryegrass at least and see what happens with that. Hopefully they'll eat it. I'm sure they will. All right, so let's get to harvesting here. I hope the Mangalitsa's enjoy this. But I refuse to let this good stuff go to waste. So I will do whatever I can to at least make the attempt for the mangoes to eat it. I mean, look at this stuff. Who would not want to eat this? It has some decent taste. I hope the Mangalitsa's enjoy it. I'm gonna do whatever I gotta do. Even if I have to harvest this by hand, I'm not gonna use the weed eater to do it because it's just gonna chop it all up. So I'm just gonna cut it with the machete. Do one bucket at a time and see if they eat it. If they eat it, well, it looks like I'm gonna have a long weekend ahead of me and harvest a bunch of ryegrass. All right, so we got a 5-gallon bucket full of rye. I'm gonna take it over there to the paddock that has our boar. We'll see what their reaction is gonna be. Hopefully it's a positive reaction, and pray I'm not wasting my time, but they should eat this. They really should. I mean, it's lush. It's not a bad taste. It's actually not bad. You know, it would taste good over some chicken. Maybe if there's a way to saute this just a little bit for maybe 2 seconds. It will taste good over some chicken, maybe even some beef or even on a burger. Not bad. Alright, so here goes nothing. Let's see if they'll eat it up. I got it packed in there tight. Bear with me, fellas and ladies. Alright. Wow, looks like we got a winner. Oh, we got a winner. Looks like I got a lot of work ahead of me. Perfect. So the ryegrass is a hit. They are tearing it up, which is awesome. It'd be much harder work to move them over there onto that paddock and just let them forage. It's not that big of a paddock and the dirt is still extremely soft, which means if we get one good rain, this is going to be one big mud pit. So I'm just going to keep them where they are. I'm going to harvest what ryegrass I can by hand, which I have no problem with. As far as the daikon radishes and purple globe turnips, I think for now I'm gonna leave those. They got their flowers and they are loaded with honeybees, so I'm gonna leave those for the honeybees for the time being. Something about being in there, listening to them, being amongst the bees was just an awesome experience. Just listening to them. You know, I had one land on my hand, check me out, not a problem. I love some honeybees. But yeah, this is great. Yeah. Come on, get you some. There you go, Heidi. So why let this go to waste? It dawned on me today to come in here, not with the weed eater, not with a mower, but a machete, and harvest some of this by hand, especially the ryegrass, and give it to the pigs. See what happens. It was a miracle. They destroyed it, and they were actually eating some of the radishes and turnips. Not as much as the ryegrass, but that's okay. If I have to harvest all of this by hand and feed it to the pigs to help supplement the cost of alfalfa and some feed, I will do it. This stuff is very nutritious and it's going to benefit the pigs' health. So I am all for that. So last year's failure is this year's success.